Hello, this is Miss Schrader. Today we are going to be talking about another Northern Renaissance painter, a man by the name of Albrect Durer, who you can see in this self-portrait that he has done here. My students, you need a piece of paper and something to write with. You want to take notes, and when you're done, you're giving me 7 to 10 strong sentences about what you found interesting, educational, and important about Albrect Durer. So I've written his name here, also a phonetic spelling of his name. His name is both hard to spell and hard to pronounce. It's Albrecht Durer, and there should be the two dots over the U, and I didn't put that there. He was born in 1471 in Nuremberg, which is today in Germany, and he died in 1528, also in Nuremberg, so he is a German. Now, Durer is best known as a woodcut printer. So he would make cuttings like this one, normally into wood, and then you could print hundreds and hundreds and thousands of copies of it. So he very much is a modern style printer. And because of this, and because he had a very shrewd wife, he could make a lot of money because he could sell copy after copy after copy of the various different things that he printed. Another thing that Durer is very famous for is his self portraits, his portraits of himself, normally showing him as looking in a particular way. This is his earliest self portrait. It was done in 1493. It is oil on vellum, and it is showing him looking rather Italian. He's definitely got the Italian hat and the shirt, so he's definitely looking like he's been influenced by the Italians here. Durer also did get the patronage of some very wealthy and powerful people. One of them was Maximilian the First, and you can see him here. He was a Holy Roman Emperor of the time, and so this would be a way for an artist to make money by having these wealthy patrons who would then let them live in their houses, pay for their artwork, and things like that. Durer did do a lot of religious pieces, so there you can once again see the Italian influence on him. This piece is called The Adoration of the Trinity. You should notice that the people are looking very realistic. He's gone to a great deal of trouble with that. You can see that there's perspective going backwards, particularly at the bottom of the painting. And he's got a huge number of people here. This particular painting was painted between 1509 and 1511 and is currently in a museum whose name I could not possibly pronounce, which is in Vienna, Austria. Amazingly, this piece is one of Durer's most famous pieces. It's referred to as A Young Hare, and it was done in watercolor in 1502. And it is one of the examples of his study of nature and animals. It says it is significant not only because it demonstrates his supreme craftsmanship, but it also provides insight into his understanding of the relationship between art and nature. And as you look at the hair, one of the things I notice is you can see every single hair. I don't know if he was drawing this from life, if he had a pet that would sit still long enough for him to do that, but it really is amazing. The next thing I want you to notice is at the bottom of the piece, you can see the date and his initials, which he put on every single painting. He had this trademark, which was very new, and it's very stylized. And on all of his pieces, he has this trademark, which is an A, and then underneath it, the D. I want you to remember some of the great works of art we saw with the Italian Renaissance, all of that religious stuff, all of that Greek and Roman god stuff. Dürer and the Germans really were more inclined to look around and see things in nature. And this piece, which is literally called Great Piece of Turf, is a perfect example of this. He has given a beautiful drawing, a watercolor of just some wildflower in the ground. And so we have a lot of these from him as well. This is Durer's most famous self portrait. It was done in 1500 when he was 29 years old. And most people point out that it looks an awful lot like Jesus Christ. Um, they're pointing out how impressive and impersonal and the dignity of his face is. Um, Definitely the hands, the detail in the hands, and the shadowing are really specific. So it's a very famous piece. It's considered to be one of the great pieces of artwork that defines Germany today. So it was very exciting for me this past summer when I actually got to go and see it. It's at a museum in Munich, along with some of his other work. The only drawer piece that I could find some memes for was this very famous painting of him looking kind of like Jesus Christ. Um, I was able to find that you can get a T-shirt showing his watercolor of the young hare, which you might find enjoyable. Okay, so my students, we have been talking about the artwork of Albrect Durer. You're going to be giving me between 7 and 10 strong sentences about what you found interesting, educational, and important. Thank you.